You are watching Shalom World News. I'm David Kerr from Lansing in Michigan, and these are your latest news headlines from around the world. In Hong Kong, a judge has scheduled a 5-day trial for Cardinal Joseph Zen and 4 others, beginning on September the 19th. The 5 defendants are accused of failing to register a now-defunct fund to help pro-democracy protesters facing lawsuits. Lawyers for both parties will argue whether the 612 Humanitarian Relief Fund came under the ambit of the Hong Kong law, which regulates registered and exempted associations. If found guilty, the 5 accused could be fined $1,300 each. It was back in May that police detained the 90-year-old cardinal under Hong Kong's national security law, which was imposed upon the former British colony by China 2 years ago. According to the new law, support for pro-democracy movements is considered subversion and also collusion with foreign outfits. It also allows those found guilty to be extradited to mainland China and given a jail sentence of 3 years or life imprisonment. In the US, religious freedom advocates are warning that the Church's teaching on the family, gender and homosexuality could see the federal government cut off Catholic schools from a national programme providing free or subsidised lunches to poor students. At present, the US Department of Agriculture's National School Lunch Programme provides meals to 30 million public and private school students from low-income backgrounds, with 52% of Catholic schools participating. Earlier this year, however, the administration of President Joe Biden reinterpreted the current federal ban on sex discrimination to include sexual orientation and gender identity. Campaign groups, including the Alliance for Defending Freedom and the Cardinal Newman Society, are now warning that this broader definition also extends to the National School Lunch Programme. Consequently, they say the White House will likely exert pressure on religious schools to toe their line or face being excluded from the school lunch programme. As many as 78 young women and girls from minority communities were abducted and forced to convert to Islam in Pakistan last year. That's according to the leading Pakistani Catholic activist Peter Jacobs. Mr. Jacobs made his comments in an interview with the Fides news agency to mark Pakistan's annual National Minorities Day on the 11th of August. Mr. Jacobs heads up Pakistan's Centre for Social Justice and previously served as the Executive Secretary of the country's Catholic Commission on Justice and Peace. According to Mr. Jacobs, the number of forced conversions in 2021 rose 80% compared to the figure for the previous year, with many cases also going unreported. He also alleges that the apathy of the Pakistani government to tackle the issue encourages perpetrators. One of Nigeria's most significant Christian bodies has signed a peace pact with one of the country's leading Islamic organisations. The agreement between the Christian Association of Nigeria and the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs is intended to de-escalate religious conflict in the African country. The peace agreement was signed in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday during the International Religious Freedom Summit. The Christian and Muslim organisations say they decided to take a bold step for peace as the preparations get underway for next year's general election in Nigeria. After signing the pact, Samson Ayukunle of the Christian Association of Nigeria said both sides have agreed to work together, avoid violence and embrace dialogue. He added that the agreement is essential to have peaceful coexistence in the country. One of the Philippines' top clerics is urging Filipinos in the US to work as agents of communion and solidarity. Cardinal Joseph Advincula of Manila made his comments to a gathering of Filipino devotees of Our Lady of the Rosary of Manoag in New Jersey. He told those present that through the intercession of Our Lady, reconciliation and solidarity should win over political, regional and economic divisions. As the Church in the Philippines celebrates 500 years of the arrival of Christianity, Filipino Catholics are called to be missionaries in their own ways, said the Cardinal. He prayed that Filipinos courageously and devotedly give witness to their Christian faith in whatever circumstances they find themselves. The bishops of Colombia are inviting the country's clergy and lay faithful to give generously to a new evangelization campaign. In a video message, the General Secretary of the Episcopal Conference of Colombia, Monsignor Luis Manuel Ali Herrera, urged the faithful to take part in the Dona Nobis campaign, which will take place on August the 28th. The monies collected will be used to help impoverished communities in the most vulnerable regions within the 77 ecclesiastical jurisdictions of Colombia. In his video message, Monsignor Herrera said the campaign is an invitation to all people to help the Church in its mission of building up the kingdom of God. The Dona Nobis collection has been an annual campaign since 2013. Finally, one of Peru's most famous actors has given his backing to a fundraising campaign to construct a new church upon the site of the country's only known Eucharistic miracle. Carlos Alvarez is inviting people to join the Crusade of Faith campaign to raise funds for a sanctuary shrine to be built in Ciudad Aten in northern Peru. It was there in 1649 that people claimed to see apparitions of the infant Christ in consecrated hosts. In a video message delivered from Ciudad Aten, Mr. Alvarez said he wished to join the requests of millions of Peruvians for the apparitions of the child Jesus in the consecrated host to be recognised. At present, the local bishop, the Most Reverend Robert Prevost of Chiclayo Diocese, is seeking the Vatican's official recognition of the miracles. In 2019, Bishop Prevost gave Pope Francis a document detailing the 17th century miracles, along with 20,000 testimonies from the faithful. And that's your latest headlines for now. Do join us for more tomorrow. You can also join us at swnews.org for news updates. Shalom.